Let's talk about the pros and cons of one-to-one marketing and one-to-many marketing. Hey, it's Chris Kopf. Welcome to another Real Estate System Secrets Marketing Minute. And if you've listened to any of my material, you know that I'm not a fan of cold calling and soliciting because it's one-to-one outbound. In a way, it's a shotgun approach. With you're trying to cold call and solicit one-to-one for sale by owners or expireds or any of that kind of stuff. And I don't think that's sustainable in our business. I'm not going to go into all the details about that, but I just don't think it's a valuable use of our time when there's tools out there and there's a thing called the internet that allows us to if we can identify who our dream client is, right, and we create a group and we market to that group. Those are the people that we want to attract, the luxury affluent clientele, so we can be doing larger transactions. If that's our focus and we understand who they are and we create content to answer questions who they are, and we can do that in a number of different ways, right? I talk about how we do that offline and online, right? Through market reports and newsletters and blog posts and video interviews and supporting nonprofits and figuring out how you align with that dream client. That's one to many. So we're doing things so we can spend some time doing something, and then that can live on the internet, and we can leverage it offline for a long, long time. So a good investment of our time, very efficient. It just so happens that with technology, there's also some one-to-one marketing things that we can do. I always look at ways that I can take manual processes and then automate them and then make them automatic. And let me use an example that you should know about and you should be using in your business as a real estate agent today. One, if you had a client that said, hey, I'm looking for single family home between 900,000 and $1.2 million in your market, needs to have 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and whatever other criteria. So what would you do with that information, right? You go into the MLS and you could do a search and you could email them a link to all those homes and say, well, here's 12 homes that might fit your criteria in this specific geographic area. Do any of these interest you? Go ahead and look at them and let me know, right? That's the old way that we would do things. Now we get clients that call us and say, hey, I looked at these 12 homes already before you even knew what their criteria was, and there's 4 homes that we really want to see, and we found you and we want you to show us those homes, or they were a walk-in, or however you found them, right? Our clients are more intelligent about the market and what it is that they want to see before sometimes they even call us as buyers. But as you might know, there's a ability to create a portal for your client, whatever you call it. And there's different tools online. There's a tool in our MLS that I can use to set up that criteria. So it automatically sends an email to the client and tells them, hey, this home that wasn't in the market or was in the market and just had a price reduction fell in that criteria, and they get a notification and I get a notification. Okay, and then so there's a number of different portals and tools and things. You might have that as an option in your national brokerage. Coldwell Banker has a program like that. Realogy has a program like that. So there's a number of different ways that you could set up something like that. I'm sure there's a tool within like IDX Broker or something else to do that. So that goes from manual, where you just were sitting in front of the keyboard with the client and looking at what was available, to kind of an automated process where you were doing that and sending them and they were looking at it, to an automatic process where now there's the cloud is actually based on the criteria sending them those new listings, and that could be happening while you're sleeping, right? That's an efficient use of your time because you get to sleep and the cloud is sending listings to your potential buyer that they will be interested in looking at, right? So that's automatic. There's lots of different ways where you can leverage technology, and this is where I get really frustrated when agents say, well, I'm an old dog and I can't learn any new tricks and don't want to do any of this online stuff. It's like, really, you're really missing the boat. I am all about building relationships, and I'm all about offline client interaction and physically being with clients and all of those things. But if you're not leveraging the internet, and I'll use an example, there's an ability, for example, to when people come to my website and they get a market report or they get download my free book, The Complete Guide to Selling Your Mountain Dream Home, right? Then there's something called a Facebook pixel that can retarget those same people. I can also send an automated email sequence to those people because they opted in for that premium content, and that email sequence is going to follow. So there's a lot of things that we can do that are automatic, and it's still one-to-one. So if you're a fan of one-to-one and you've been doing cold calling and soliciting, then this may be a big leap for you leveraging this technology. But just so you know, all the way over here from manual one-to-one to automatic one-to-one, there's a lot of tools and things. So if you don't understand anything about what I'm talking about, then that might be the reason you need to go to realestatesystemsecrets.com/apply, and let's coordinate a time to get on the phone and talk about your business, the challenges, and how you can implement automatic processes and systems into your business so you can generate those leads and have a consistent, sustainable business that's growing.